Now, when we talk about the capillary water, wait. Okay, now when we talk about the, see, and these all portions were covered yesterday. Factors affecting soil water was also covered yesterday.
Yes, sir.
See, regarding potential and this, all these things were discussed yesterday. These are the units of soil water potential. This you see it. After that, we have done studied the gravitational water. Means in physical classification, we have studied regarding the gravitational water and the factors that are governing gravitational water, right?
Yes, sir.
I think we have to start from these sections.
Yes.
Okay. Then see, what is capillary water? Capillary water is generally held in the micropore. Okay. While I was teaching you this thing gravitational water, that time I said you that gravitational water is held in the macropore. Okay.
Macro.
And the gravitational water is not available to the plant. Okay. That moves under the action of gravity to the groundwater. After that, if you talk about this capillary water, then this capillary water is held in the micropores, or you can say it as a capillary pores. That this in this water is attached to the soil particles by the surface forces, and but this water cannot be removed by the cannot be removed from the soil by the force of the gravity. Okay, because these waters which is present in the this soil, it is free and mobile, easy to move in the soil, and this water is available to the plant. Okay. Okay, and what is the pressure or atmospheric pressure at which the capillary water is available, or at which the capillary water is held to the soil?
Minus 1/3 to minus 31 bars.
Okay. Okay, now we'll discuss about the see, is every portion of the capillary water available to the plant?
No, sir. Up to minus 15 only.
Oh,
No, sir.
yeah,
Up to minus 15 bars only.
yeah, it is available up to PWP.
Minus 15 bars.
Means available up to permanent wilting point, na? Minus 15 bar is permanent.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then what are the factors that are affecting the this capillary water? Suppose like surface tension, soil texture, organic matter, soil structure, all these are the factors which affect the capillary water. If there is an increase in the surface tension of the soil, then the volume of the or the amount of the capillary water also increases. Now, if you talk about the soil texture, then it's of course we have discussed before also that the finer texture soil have greater number of the capillary pores or have the greater number of micropores. It means the soil having the finer texture will hold more capillary water, right?
Okay, sir.
Then after that, organic matter. If there is a presence of I have taught you in case of porosity and the bulk density, if there is a presence of organic matter, that will increase the capillary capacity of soil. Means what is the capillary capacity? Means the micropores will be, number of micropores will increase, and if the micropores is, see what happens, organic matter itself organic matter has greater capillary capacity. Okay, then due to this due to the presence of organic matter in the soil, the amount of capillary water will also increase. It means you have seen the three factors: surface tensions. If increasing surface tension increases the capillary water, increasing organic matter also increases the capillary water, and in case of soil texture, then the final texture will have more capillary pore, which means more capillary water. Okay, now next.
Okay.
Next is hygroscopic water. What is hygroscopic water? Is a hygroscopic water held tightly or loosely to the soil particles?
Held tightly, sir.
Okay. See, generally this hygroscopic water is held so tightly on the surface of soil colloids that it cannot be easily absorbed, or easily not. It cannot be absorbed by the plant. Okay, you can say it is non-liquid, and it is not. You see, in case of capillary water, that is biologically active. But if you talk about the hygroscopic water, this is not biologically active. Yeah, some microbes can absorb hygroscopic water, but plant do not absorb the hygroscopic water, and it lies between the pressure, atmospheric pressure minus 31 to 10,000 bar. Okay, now next will be our biological classification of soil water. See, in case of biological classification, just we have seen three types of water. One was gravitational water, other was capillary water, and third was hygroscopic water.
Hydroscopic.
Yeah, hygroscopic water. In out of that three, you have said that in case of physical class, when you have classified the soil water physically, in that case, two types of water means one is this gravitational water and other was hygroscopic water. Both of the water was not available to the plant, right? Now, when you are classifying the biologically, means when we study the biological classification of water, what do you mean by the biological classification? In biological classification means soil water, or means soil moisture. In this case, we classify the soil water on the basis of its relationship with the plant, means how the plant utilizes the soil water, and what are the availability of soil water to the plant. On that basis, we classify biologically. Okay, in this case, there are available water. In case of available water, the moisture content of the soil, which lies between the field capacity and the wilting coefficient, means minus 3 atm to minus 15 atm. That is called available water. Is available water the part of capillary water?
Yes, sir.
And is unavailable water also the part of capillary water?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because beyond the minus 15 atm to minus 31 atm, that water is not available to the plant, but that is the part of capillary water. Okay, because what happens at minus 15 atm? Which point is arrived at minus 15 atm?
Permanent wilting point.
Permanent wilting point.
Okay, how many types of wilting point? See, there are some temporary wilting point also and permanent wilting point also. What is temporary wilting point?
Where moisture
After application
available,
of
it
the
regains
water.
its
Okay,
regains
see,
its original position.
if there is deficiency of water, it's if a plant shows the deficiency of moisture, okay, and if you put the water into the soil, then the plant regain its turgidity or it start functioning normally. Then that is permanent wilting point or temporary wilting point.
Temporary wilting point.
Right.
Temporary wilting point.
Okay. Then unavailable water lies between minus 15 atm to minus 13 atm only, or beyond that also.
Beyond that also, sir.
And that also.
Okay. It means we can see the part of capillary water plus hygroscopic water can be called as unavailable water.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because unavailable water is also not available to the plant. I mean, this hygroscopic water is also not available to the plant. Now, don't include in it gravitational water because that is beyond the field capacity. Okay, when we are talking about, we are going this side, right side, means minus after the permanent wilting point we are talking, means the part of the capillary water plus the hygroscopic water is not available to the plant. That's why that is unavailable water. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what is super available and superfluous water? You have understood the concept of unavailable water, the part of the capillary water and plus hygroscopic water. And what is super available or superfluous water? This just I said you the beyond field capacity. This is a beyond field capacity. It includes little bit of part of the capillary water as well as the gravitational water. That is super available and superfluous water. This water is also not available to the plant. What is the maximum retentive capacity? Anyone?
Both the micro and the macro pores are filled with the
At saturation point after the saturation.
Means if there is a heavy rain, then after the heavy rain, what you see that the soil is completely saturated, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
if you give the good irrigation, both in that case, both the macro as well as the micro pore of the soil are completely filled. Okay, that is maximum retentive capacity. Okay, now what happens? Then what is the anyone? Let me ask, who can differentiate me between the maximum retentive capacity and the filled capacity? Anyone?
After drains of the macro pores is called field capacity.
Who is this? Name, please.
Gautam, sir.
Yeah, Gautam. Anyone else? Amal, Bhagsri?
Sir, after the macro pore gets drained off,
Hmm.
there
Macro
will be
pores are filled with water.
yes, there will be available. These water will be available for the plants, and it is filled capacity.
You can say that if the after the drainage is complete, after the 48 hours or after 2-3 days of that, when there is a percolation is completed, all the macro pores containing water are drained to the groundwater. That percolate into the groundwater. After that, the water which is available, that is present in the only micro pore. Okay, and that micro pore will be used up by the plants. Okay, but that is field capacity. Okay, in case of field capacity, when the soil reaches the maximum retentive capacity, when the soil reaches maximum retentive capacity, water moves downward. That due to against the gravity, means you can say gravitational water moves out. After some water moves through the percolation, there are different things through which the water is drained out, and at last the water is left after 2-3 days. The water is left only in the macro pore. Macro pore means capillary water. Sorry, capillary pore. The water which is present in the capillary pore, that will be available near the root zone of the plant, which it means plant can use the water present at the field capacity. But when we talk about the maximum retention capacity, is all water present during the maximum retention capacity is available to the plant? Yeah, can plant use all the water or all the moistures that is available at the maximum retentive capacity? Can plant use that?
No, sir.
Next is permanent wilting point. Okay, first you understand the permanent wilting point concept was given by Briggs and Sands in 1912. Okay, after see in this case what happens that at this moisture level plant will miss what happens, plant will wilt but do not die. Means what do you mean by this? Just you have explained, yeah.
Just for the wilting symptoms, sir.
Yeah.
But do not die.
They will not die. Means what happens at this permanent wilting point, what happens, plant will wilt but they will not die, because they are able to absorb the few quantity, a small quantity of water, which is just means enough for them for survival, and plant can recover it if water is supplied. Just we have talked little about the in this temporary wilting point. Okay, but when we see with the time the water is lost or it is utilized by the plant or it is lost in the evapotranspiration, so what happens, the soil will gradually dry and plants will begin first wilt. Then during what happens, if the permanent wilting condition is prevail for the longer time and the water availability is not there, means that will lead to the permanent wilting point. Okay, and see permanent wilting point is generally considered the lower limit of water availability plant. What do you mean by this?
The lowest level of water, that is the minimum amount of water can be absorbed by the plant at this condition.
Yeah, that will be known as the, so permanent wilting point is considered as the lower limit of the water availability to the plant, because below this below this condition, if below that the water, the plant, there will be no water for the plant and plant can die. Okay, after that,
Yes, sir.
yeah, someone is asking something. Yes, who have any question? Someone asked some. Yes, ask who want. Yes, who is Avi? No one? Amal, you were asking something.
No, sir.
Who was asking? Now they are not
No.
speaking. Okay, you now go through the notes. This was the basic concepts of the soil water. I think you all have understood the concept of soil water. And now, Amal, this I've told you that after this, I'll be taking the lecture of this few current topics we are going to start. And like tomorrow we'll have the lecture of livestock census. Okay, tomorrow we'll have lecture of livestock census.
Livestock.
And after the yes, Avi, you are raising your hand, but you are not asking any question. What's your problem? Okay. Okay. Now see, is every concept regarding soil water cleared by everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Amal, is it
Yes, sir.
clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Gautam,
Yes, sir.
Ashish,
Yes, sir.
okay. Ready? Okay, Ansu, it is clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Nilima, Dibya and Bhagsri. All it is clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, if you go through the notes, it will take you hardly 10 to 12 minutes to study this topic, soil the soil water. Okay. Means if legally, if you give 10 to 12 minutes, it is enough. Now, if you start giving time, means see, there are some topic where it has, you have to give only that much time, how much it is required. Okay, if some topics required only 10 to 12 minutes, it means you have to finish that topic within that duration only. Okay, and some topics which is some lengthy, where some data has to be learned, that may take few times. But I don't think that in this topic there are any data which you have to remember. What do you feel that there is any data in this topic which you have to remember?
No, sir.
There was nothing. There was mainly confusing between the few terminology that I have cleared you, and there are no any data that you have to remember and you have to revise daily and daily regarding this topic. And do you know, although this topic is, I feel this topic is very easy. Okay, but that doesn't mean that it is easy. Then the question will not be asked from these topics. You can see your paper of previous years. Repeatedly, the questions are being asked from the soil water. Okay, now there are did I explain now? If we have completed our soil water, then did I explain the concept of infiltration, percolation? I think we have explained in previous lecture. Infiltration, percolation, all these things.
Yes, sir.
All these things regarding the drainage, infiltration, percolation, seepage. These all things were covered, I think, during physical properties of soil, right?
Yes,
Sir, you have asked the difference between percolation and infiltration
Yeah, that
in one class.
Yeah, in one class I've asked.
Seepage and all.
Yeah, Amal.
The seepage is horizontal movement. It was not discussed in any class.
Okay, then seepage was in one class we are discussing about infiltration, then this percolation, all this. I think I remembered.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, simply I'm just revising you. This infiltration is what? It refers to the what? Downward entry or movement of water.
Entry of water.
Means you can say that
Into the soil.
infiltration is a surface phenomena. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Infiltration is surface phenomena. It is the characteristics of surface. Okay. While see, okay, if soil is having vegetative cover, okay, should have more infiltration, or bare soil should have more infiltration rate.
Vegetative cover have more.
Bare
Yes.
soil.
Yes, sir.
Who said bare type soil? Soil in which there is a vegetative cover, that will have more infiltration rate than the bare soil. Okay. Okay. Warm soil absorbs more water or colder soil?
Warm, sir.
Warm soil.
Okay, coarse textures soil, yeah, granular structure, yeah, high organic matter will have high infiltration rate, or fine texture soil or platy structure, which will have more infiltration rate.
Granular
Coarse
structure.
Coarse.
Okay. Okay. If you talk about the infiltration rate, is it more in wet soil or dry soil?
Dry
Dry
soil.
Right,
soil.
soil.
Dry soil.
Okay. What is then percolation?
Downward movement.
Yes,
for
it is the
downward
movement of water through a column of soil. Okay. And
Yes, sir.
see, there are
Saturated
only,
condition.
yes. What are the two important reasons that percolation? Because see, it is the only source of the recharge of the groundwater, and that
Groundwater.
groundwater can be used for the irrigation through the wells. Okay, the water which is present in the groundwater, that only you use when you dug a well, and from that well you irrigate your field. But percolation is the only source to recharge the groundwater. Okay. And when percolating water carries plant nutrients along with them, then what that process is called?
Leaching.
Yes.
Nutrients.
Leaching.
Yes,
Okay.
it's
Nutrition.
Leaching.
okay. What is permeability? You can say that ease of movement or your movement of the this water within the soil. You can call it permeability, that movement of the water within the soil. Or you can say that it determines how fast air or water moves within the soil. That is known as permeability. Okay, can we use hydraulic conductivity and permeability in a similar manner? The word hydraulic conductivity and permeability can be used in the similar manner or not? Think what I'm asking. I'm asking permeability and hydraulic conductivity can be used in similar manner or not? Yes, it can be used in similar manner, because both is the movement of water or air within the soil. They both can be used in the similar manner. Okay, then tomorrow we'll soil water is completed. Then tomorrow we'll start the livestock sensors. Okay, how many of you are aware of
Sir,
the livestock sensors?
seepage.
Yeah, seepage I'll teach you. Yes, I'm in it. Who is raising hand again? Okay, someone has asked seepage, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is drainage?
Removal of excess water from a field.
Removal of excess water.
In a watershed,
From
there
the field.
watershed area, the excess water will be removed.
Okay, and
by
that will be
draining.
removed through the surface or subsurface.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Both,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That will be removed through surface. I'm not getting your voice actually. Means I'm asking that will be removed only through the surface or subsurface.
Both
Both,
surface.
sir.
Both.
Oh, sir.
Both surface and subsurface.
Okay, surface and if there is a drainage problem in the soil, then what problem can be created? If there is a drainage problem in the soil, then what problem can happen?
Salt accumulation.
Water logging.
Waterlogging.
Oxygen unavailable.
Yes.
Then water logging gives rise to which type of problematic soil?
Salt.
Saline soil.
Saline soil, sir. Saline soil.
Saline soil.
Actually, I think there is a network issue. That's why I'm not getting the voice. Okay, no issue. Listen, tomorrow I'll explain the few dots which is left here. I'll explain it tomorrow. I think there is some network issue I'm getting. Then tomorrow first 5 minutes I'll discuss your doubt. After that we'll start the livestock sensors. How many of you have studied the livestock sensors? Current data.
Yes, sir. It was released previous year only.
Okay, no issue. I'm not
I
getting
had
it.
studied 2019 data, livestock census.
Then I hope that is only the latest. It is not released.
Yes, sir.
every year,
That
no?
is the, yeah.
Okay, we'll discuss this tomorrow. Actually, voice is being break. Then tomorrow in the evening, we are going to discuss about the livestock census and the problems which we have regarding in the soil water, that we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Yes.